It's Ausar Thompson, 5th overall. They stayed put. Troy Weaver didn't trade back. He didn't trade up. And there you go. Ausar Thompson listed him as a shooting guard / small forward. He's a wing in the NBA, 6'7", 220. And again, this is some guy that was mocked to the Pistons plenty of times. It was rumored, Amen and him, the first brothers, I believe, in NBA history to be top 5 picks.
Wow.
Twin brothers. Safe to say they're better than the Morris twins, I would say. At
Yeah,
this
I
point.
would say so. I mean, back-to-back, 4 and 5. That's a more unbelievable story than I think is being covered.
Yeah.
Twin brothers, one at number 4, one at number 5. That is a night that they certainly will never forget. And we certainly hope that Ausar Thompson turns out to be the right pick for the Detroit Pistons. It was very promising, of course.
Yes, it was. And again, Troy Weaver does a really good job at hinting at things before the draft. He does this. It's very subtle. And when he had his pre-draft presser, and one thing that stuck with me is that long ball comment. Like, that isn't nothing. That's something. Him hinting, I don't want to just bunt. I want to go for the long ball. That entails that he's not just going to settle for a player that fits the best. He wants to swing for the fences, which, again, could work out. But also it could not, like any other draft pick. So as much as we may be excited, there is a chance. And there's a lot of pressure on Troy for this draft pick to pan out. But again, in my opinion, if you look at what he said, going for the long ball, Sam, this was the guy. Left on the board, Troy said it. Ausar's been our guy for quite some time now. And he obviously, none of that stuff gets out. But we kind of knew that. He became the favorite or close to the favorite right before the draft. And again, I think his comments match Ausar. Ausar's upside, and I don't think people understand too, it's not just the athleticism. It's not just the size. Like, and I know people bring up shooting, and we'll get to all that stuff later in the show because I do understand the concerns there. But he brings so much, and that's why you take a risk on a guy like that, because you know if he can figure it out, he can be a dude in the NBA. He can be.
Absolutely. And I've come to appreciate Troy Weaver's transparency when it came to saying he wanted to go for the long ball and not just settle for a double or a bunt. And Ausar Thompson, whether you like him or not, whether you're concerned about his shooting or not, he is a high upside prospect. And if he hits, he might end up being one of the better picks in this draft. There's also the concern with him missing, the concern about his shot, and all of that is all good and valid. But right now, he at least went. I can't fault a guy for swinging for the fences, and that feels like what Troy Weaver did with Ausar Thompson. So I'm not mad about it. I'm not super excited or anything, but I definitely have talked myself into it.